Can I wear my watch in the shower? Hi, welcome to exceptionaltiming.com. We're here to help you choose the perfect watch for you. Make sure to like and subscribe so you can find our other videos, and head over to exceptionaltiming.com so that you can read through the rest of our articles. Once you get into the habit of wearing a watch, it becomes pretty hard to take it off. Thankfully, quite a few modern watches are water resistant and even waterproof. However, does this actually mean you can wear your watch in all watery situations, including the shower? It's not generally a good idea to wear a watch in the shower. Even if a watch is waterproof or water resistant, it is still susceptible to wear, tear, and corrosion. Shampoo and soaps contain certain substances which, along with the humidity, could be incredibly damaging to the watch. Not convinced? Listen on to learn why showering with your watch might not be the greatest idea, in addition to a few tips on repairing a watch that suffered a little bit of water damage. Showering with a watch 101. Don't do it. As mentioned above, showering with your watch on could be potentially damaging. In fact, believe it or not, showering with a watch is often much more damaging than swimming or surfing with a watch. Why? The water itself is not the only thing that will damage the watch. The soaps and shampoos you use in the shower have chemicals and ingredients that can be incredibly corrosive. Salt water can be corrosive to watches too, though, so if you are a regular swimmer or a surfer, you may want to get your watch checked regularly as well. In addition to corrosion, watches are also susceptible to damage from humidity and temperature change. If the water is too cold or too warm, it could have a negative effect on the waterproofness of the watch. Very few of us take a room temperature shower. Warm water is so much more relaxing. However, wearing your watch for your warm shower could lead to water damage. But why does the temperature of the water being used matter? Most watches are made out of metal. Metal contracts and expands according to its temperature. The waterproofing inside your watch is not designed to keep the inner workings sealed when the case is expanded. Even if your watch body is made out of plastic, the inner casing is likely to be made of metal and will be affected by the warmth of your shower. While you may be able to get away with showering with your watch a few times, over time, repeated exposure to the warm water and humid air will begin to corrode the delicate inner workings of your watch. Water can also break down the oils and other substances used to keep your watch functioning properly. Additionally, while waterproof, watches are designed and sealed to keep water out. They are less powerful against greasy, oily, and soapy liquids. Any of these will wreak havoc on your watch. Another important reason that watches get damaged in the shower is that the air inside the watch case itself expands when it gets warm and escapes the watch. And then when the watch cools, it sucks cooler, moist air in to the watch case, which can lead to fogging of the glass. Different watch types. Obviously, different watches do have different reactions to water. While there is little reason to wear a watch in the shower, it's clearly easier to leave it on when jumping in. So should you wear your watch in the shower? There may even be a few exceptions to the no showering with a watch rule. Let's take a look at a few different varieties. Smartwatches. While the images on the smartwatch's website boast the water's incredible depth resistance to water, there are a few caveats. Smartwatches contain circuits, screens, and many other electrical components. If these components are exposed to water, it could end disastrously. Apple has stated that their watches are perfectly fine to wear in the shower. However, they should not be exposed to soap, shampoos, conditioners, or even lotions. The information you won't find on the smartwatch website is how long the water-resistant seal lasts. Smartwatches endure a significant amount of wear and tear from bumps, drops, and shakes. Over time, each impact will wear on the waterproofing components of the watch. Just one more bump of the watch followed by a quick shower could send you shopping again. Be especially cautious wearing a smartwatch in water if you purchased it used. You never know how well the person before you cared for the watch. If they frequently bumped or dropped their watch, it's likely or possible that the integrity of the seals has been damaged. If your watch is exposed to water or another liquid, rinse and dry it quickly. If the watch begins to malfunction from water damage, place it in a bag of rice. The rice will absorb any moisture in the watch and may be able to save you and your wallet. Dive watches. When you purchase a diving watch, you expect it to be waterproof in every situation, especially a simple shower. However, you should still be cautious when exposing these watches to water. Like smartwatches, the seals inside a dive watch will wear out over time and with use. Dive watches can also sustain damage from exposure to shampoos, soaps, and lotions. You should always remove your watch when handling any of these substances. If you're going to wear a dive watch in the shower, ensure it has the proper ISO certification. You should also verify that the company's done significant testing to determine the water resistance of the watch. Since diving mostly occurs in salt water, you might think the watch is designed to be more resistant. However, this simply means the watch needs more care and maintenance. Always rinse your watch with cool water and dry it quickly after exposure. Doing so will ensure that your watch lasts longer than a few dips in the water. Recovering from water damage. Now that you understand the risks, you may want to know what can be done if your watch should suffer any form of water damage. There is a fairly large range of things that can be done. Here are a few tips. When your watch has become the victim of water damage, there are essentially only two options. Either you can try your best with an at-home repair, or you can take it to a watchmaker to have it looked at and hopefully repaired. If the water hasn't been inside the watch for too long, maybe a day or two, you may be able to get away with just letting the watch dry out. Hopefully, with some time in the heat, it will turn out as good as new. There are a dozen ways you could approach drying your watch. You can leave it on top of a radiator, under a lamp, or on a sunny windowsill. Uncooked rice is also a popular choice, as you probably know. You can even use things like clean cat litter or grey clay to absorb all the moisture. If you're successful in drying it out, you shouldn't have any more issues with it. Be careful when using fine materials, as the grains could end up inside the watch, which presents an entirely different problem. Definitely leave the watch laying case backside down to allow gravity to work at getting all the water out. If your watch has experienced more severe and extensive damage, you will undoubtedly have to take your timepiece to a watchmaker or jeweler to get it fixed. If you know what you're doing, try fixing it all you want, but if you're unsure, take it in. The last thing you need is to unintentionally make the problem even worse. Please like and subscribe on YouTube to ensure you can find our other videos and explore further articles at exceptionaltiming.com.